What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kev coming to you with another video. Eastern Conference Semifinals Game 2 between the Sixers and the Boston Celtics. Celtics take a 2-0 lead. They win 108-103 over the Sixers. Now, usually I come with a stat or something to where I come with maybe the one or two stats that I felt kind of, change the game or how this team won or how this team lost. But obviously, we all know what it was in this game. 76ers were up by 22. What was that? In the top of the second quarter, it was maybe 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter where Boston started to chip away at that lead, and it seemed, Al Horford was big, Terry Rozier was big. The guy that was really huge was Jaylen Brown, coming back from his hamstring injury he suffered in Game 7 against Milwaukee. Didn't play in Game 1, but he came back and he was a huge spark for the Celtics in Game 2 off the bench, and he was a big difference maker. And he really, he was really the spark of that comeback in the second quarter. Well, I wouldn't say the spark. I'll take that back, but he was definitely a big part of that comeback. Like I said, Rozier hit shots. Tatum was doing his thing. I mean, this young Celtics team, they're just gritty. They do their job. They do their job, and they do their job well. I mean, Terry Rozier is just playing his butt off right now. I mean, it gets. No disrespect to Kyrie, but I mean, you couldn't ask Terry Rozier to come out and play any better than this dude has in the absence of Kyrie right now. Al Horford, the veteran leader, he's doing his thing. Rozier, Horford, Tatum. What was that? All three of those guys scored 25 each in the Game 1 victory. All of them had a good game. All of them had a good game tonight. They had 5 in double figures as a team. Rozier with 20, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Tatum had 21. Horford had 13 points, 12 rebounds. Marcus Smart, who got the start tonight, again in place of the injured Jaylen Brown, he put up 19 and 5 rebounds. He was more known for what he did on the offensive end. More for what he did on the defensive end, but he came up big offensively for the Celtics tonight. But again, they get on that big run to dwindle the 76ers lead down to, I think it was 4 at halftime, and then in the second half it was back and forth. Both teams were taking turns with the lead and everything. It was a tie game at some points, but in the end, the Celtics pulled away at the end. Looking at the 76ers, they had 4 guys in double figures. J.J. Redick actually led the team in scoring with 23 tonight. Robert Covington had 22 points, 9 rebounds. Embiid had a decent game. He had 20 points, 14 rebounds, had 5 assists. But a huge story in this game was the point guard position for the 76ers in this game. And I just get straight to it. The most disappointing thing about this game, Ben Simmons, it's between him and Donovan Mitchell for Rookie of the Year. The great year he had was 12 triple doubles. He doesn't score that much, but I mean, usually he scores enough. He usually has those big jams at the rim and stuff. But tonight, 0 of 4 from the field. Simmons ends up with 1 point. He had 5 rebounds, 7 assists, but 1 point. That is just not going to get it. That's not going to get it done for one of your young superstars. I mean, he struggled in the first 2 games in Boston. Hopefully he'll get it back. He'll get it going at home because, I mean, obviously, you know, I mean, that's got to be that's just really not good. And an even bigger story from the point guard position is the backup. The backup is T.J. McConnell. He actually had a decent game off the bench, 8 points, 5 assists, didn't miss a shot from the field. But, I mean, at the end of the regular season, Markelle Fultz was the backup. I don't think Fultz played a minute in game 1, didn't play a minute tonight. I mean, number 1 pick in the draft. I mean, he missed a lot of the season with the shoulder injury and reforming the shot. What does this mean going forward? Will we see folks playing Philly? Will we not? I mean, Simmons definitely got to put up more than 1 point. I expect him to bounce back. But yeah, just after the 76ers blew that 22-point lead, it was just tough down the stretch for the Sixers. They did well and they kept fighting. They played hard, but in the end, again, the tough, gritty Boston Celtics team was just too much. I still expect this to be a long series. I actually had Boston winning in 7. I mean, a lot of people are getting on the Philly bandwagon, but I mean, for me, it's just the inexperience of Philadelphia in a playoff setting. I mean, Boston, even though some of those guys are young, you still have a lot of veteran leadership on that team. You have Horford, you have Smart, and then you have the better coach. You have Brad Stevens. I mean, these guys got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. These guys won a game against Cleveland in Cleveland without Isaiah Thomas, who was their best player last year. I forgot Rozier was on that team last year as well. I mean, so you got guys, you got a multitude of guys that have been battle tested already in their young playoff careers, so they know how to perform. I mean, this is not new to them. This is new to most of the Sixers. I mean, you have J.J. Redick with his experiences in the playoffs with the Clippers and stuff. Bellinelli has a playoff experience. I think he was on I don't know whether he was on a championship team, but I think he got close to a championship. I think with the Spurs or something. I forgot really. We also have Amir Johnson. I think I didn't even know he was on their roster. I forgot he was on their roster. I think he was with Boston last year, but he has some playoff feel. But you know, still, other than that, that's a really young team that Philly has, and you know, at some point, their inexperience is going to catch up with them, and it might just be in this series. I mean, a lot of people are picking Philly to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Heck, to even knock off LeBron and the Cavs to get to the NBA Finals. But they got to find a way back out of the 0-2 hole against Boston now. Like again, I picked Boston 7 because they have more veteran leadership, and most of this group has been battle tested before, and they have the better coach. But we'll see, man. Boston, they held up their end. They won both home games. Going to Philly for game 3. I forget which day it is. I think it's Sunday. Because apparently every series other than the Cleveland-Toronto series has 2 days off in between games. But let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about this game. Let me know what you think about Philly blowing that 22-point lead. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next video.